Wake up, I wake up, yeah, oh no. Wake up, we live, wake up, we live, wake up, we live, wake up, we live. Say we up and we alive, goodness in your life, from morning till night. Tell them that we live, yeah, we live, yeah, we live. Twitch and YouTube, Biscuit Tech brand new, Jayon come true. Go tell them that we live, yeah we live again. Oh, tell all my friends, yeah we live again. Stay on live again. Jayon, we live. 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 Jayon, we live.
How you do this thing again? Come on, tell me something, man. How you do this thing again, boy? I kind of forget. I feel like I need a class on this again. Alright. Let's get this thing started. Boop, 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 boop. Morning. Big up everybody in the stream. Good night. It's been a minute. It has been a minute. It's been probably more than a. It's been a while. Monthly journal stream. I don't know how to call it now. The monthly journal stream, where we yap for maybe an hour till I lose my voice. We have no guidance in terms of where we going with the topics. We just let it flow. That's how it normally goes, right? That's how it normally flow. I hope everybody do having a good Monday, a good start to the week. And that they had an amazing weekend. A good month so far. I don't think I've streamed for the month, so this is the first stream for the month. As always, I'm happy to be here, happy to be live, happy to share with you guys, happy to be vulnerable with you guys. Excuse me. And happy to share my community, and continue this path of building. And hopefully we could do many more of this. This weekend was nice. It was a really good weekend for me. Went TIC this weekend. So that was my first time at TIC. Though I went TIC to work. That was the only thing. I'm grateful for the money, but I wish I could have networked a little bit more. I wish I could have participated a little bit more in TIC, because it was really seemed like a lot was going on. And each booth had plenty of things to do and things that you could have won. I see people literally have bags of stuff. So I think it'd have been really nice to have been able to participate a little more. But granted, always thankful for these small things, being able to work and stuff. Yeah. But it was nice. It was nice. I didn't even need to put on this because while listening to. But things have been things have been good, like earlier. It's been grinding, putting in as much work as I could. Unfortunately, content has have to take the back burner when I have to do my projects and I have other things working on. But yeah, I hope we could do more content, especially me and Shazid. Because I feel like a lot of people enjoyed our last skit. So I think we probably continue to do content like that. So I'll probably just look out for that. I don't know what else he might do. We'll see what else he might do. But I just wish I could make more time for content, but it's like I feel like anybody else is an entrepreneur. You just put yourself kind of like behind and put your businesses in front, because I mean, if your business is like a child, right? How could I put myself over my child? So it's been a bit tiring. But one thing I've learned this year, and I'm very happy that I've been able to do, is have a balance. Because before, I think, like let's say like last year, I wasn't really having a balance for my like social life, for my friends and stuff. I was just grinding, avoid. And now this year I told myself, nah, this time I wanna make time for my community, make time for my friends, be intentional on how I spend time, on when I spend time. Because I think a lot of times you always tell people, like especially friends you haven't seen in a while, you say, well, when things slow down. But when does things slow down? Let me be real. I think myself and all my friends, we are all in this time of our lives where everybody grind and everybody building. Nobody really had any time now, boy. So it's like you kind of have to be intentional in sense of making that time for each other. So I just had to be like, hey, listen, what's your schedule like for the next month? What could we do? Okay, we may not be able to do this, but could we do that? And find a schedule, find something that could allow all of us to meet up, to link up. I think that's really important, and as I always say earlier, like that investment you have in community will like reinvest itself into like your business, into your personal life. I always say to myself, I don't think I would be anywhere without my community, without my friend group, without my family, if I didn't take certain sacrifices and invest some of my time into spending with them, into doing things for them, into helping them. Where would I be right now? I wouldn't be able to call up and say, "Oh, bro, hey, I need a little help here." And then they say they say they might not be able to make it, and I'm like, "All right, no, see, now call our next partner and say, hey, ting. So like for me, that investment you have in friendships is so important. Man, like Sharky. Yeah, like Melissa, big up boop 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 Sharky. It is way past your bedtime, bro. Melissa, was you senior? Melissa, I saw Cholo for TIC. Whoa there, Melissa. Whoa there. Let's not do that comment. Let's not. Somebody time out Melissa there. Yeah, time sure. What kind of comment my moderators making here, boy? Wait, whoa, when you time out a mod, they lose a mod badge? I didn't know that. Wait, did you lose your mod badge? It's saying you have no mod anymore. Shaki is way past your bedtime, bro. Mel, how was class today? I see Cholo this Saturday, but it was real brief. He told me he was streaming. And then that was it. Like I didn't see him for the rest of TIC because I was working, so I couldn't like just run and look for him now. So you hate man. Now I could allow that because I'm sure any woman who comes into the chat could resonate to what you're saying. They always hate men. Always hate men. You always hate man. But guess what? Guess what, Mel? You're gonna be with a man. Unless you're battling to the other side, which is fine, if that's how you swing well, I no judgment here, if that's how you want to choose your life to be, that's fine, that's cool, no judging here, just didn't think I just didn't think, that was your play, I didn't think that's what you wanted. I always thought you would have fantasized to come back to Trinidad, find a Trini man, settle down, because listen, Sharky, I'll be real. Your love of your life is in Trinidad. Mel, the love of your life is in Trinidad. Oh, let me tell you something. Your love of your life is in Trinidad. You understand? Sharky, go and prepare for bed. Trini man has lied too much. Okay, that's true. That's very true. No, you see, well, the thing is with Trini man, right? The thing with Trini man, they does horn. Well, I don't know. I know plenty men who does lie. I don't know plenty men who does horn. But I definitely know plenty men who does lie. And the thing about Trini man is that Trini men will always sell a dream to get. They'll say, yeah, I'm the best thing to ever come into your life. And then 1 month later, that might just be the worst man you ever met. That might just be the worst man you ever met, you ever crossed paths. You understand? Except people like me and Shazid, we are good men. We are good men, How do you love of my life in Trinidad, baby? I don't understand. Oh, man. I would love to have Mel on a stream trying to talk in a Trini accent. Those voice notes will be the funniest thing ever. Send $20. Cheeks! Wait, man. Cheeks. Yeah. Cheeks. I don't drink anymore, but just for you, I might have to take a shot, Cheeks, what's going on, girl? How you doing? When you see me, go boop, 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 boop. How you doing? How you doing? I don't trust you or Shazid. Okay, you probably can't trust me, but you could trust Shazid. Shazid is I would like to say, okay, so Shazid is a little. He's very similar to me, just not as evil. I think I still have a little bit more evilness than Shazid, Shazid still have a little heart. Wait, hold on. But it's saying you're modded. Okay, you should be modded then. You still have a little heart, but me now, like I would like to say dating for me is a very interesting thing because I think with dating is like I very much not able to waste my time. Like if who said I want? All right, let me switch on. Since we know since Mel make that comment, I don't even want to talk about it anymore. I don't even want to speak about dating anymore. She just hit my heart, so I don't even want to speak about her. Cheeks, express yourself. What is your opinion on dating in Trinidad? What is your opinion on men in Trinidad? I feel like Cheeks can't give me some. Wait. Sharky, let me tell you something. When you come to Trinidad, bro, I can't hit you on stream, but I want to hit you some stories. I can have a campfire. Actually, that's what we're going to do. Yeah, what we going to do? Yeah, what we going to do? Say good night. Yeah, what we going to do? Yeah, what we going to do? We're going to have a campfire. And we're going to share some stories. We're going to share some stories, Sharky, about some women. About some women. We're going to share some stories, say, but we can't talk about that on stream. We can't, listen, if I speak some of these things on stream, Ian Allen will call me and ask me to interview. Yeah. I will definitely get an interview. I definitely will get an interview. Mel is definitely beat, man. Good night, Soraya. So sorry, I didn't reply to you. I don't reply to you. I am innocent. Don't listen to Jay on propaganda. Uh, anyways, yeah, I excited for Sharky. Like all hands on deck when Sharky comes to Gerard. We're gonna have so much fun. Um, Now I want to do an event. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I want to do it home by me or if I want to do it like in a public setting. But I was Sharky and them. I know Sharky don't drink, but we could have a good line. We could have a good line for Sharky them. We could have a good line for Sharky them. You know, they had experience everything. They had experience. They had experience the avenue. They had experience the avenue. Why are you inviting people to your house? Yes. So stinking no. But if Mel wants to come chilling out here, but here Mel, how Mel looks look? I can't even mimic how Mel looks. I can't even mimic it. I can't be drunk without being drunk. Same though. You love hating on Jion. I think that's just a moderator thing. I think that's just a moderator thing. Try a Philly accent. I don't even know what a Philly accent is. I have to play your voice, no? Just to listen to you talk again and try that. But nah, I had a line recently and I didn't drink a thing. Could people like Soraya say the same though? Could people like Soraya say the same though? Yeah, she could. She didn't drink anything either. Soraya actually didn't drink. Proposition, Soraya. And I say Shania, yes. A Shania on my mind, boy. A Shania on my mind. Calling you when I come to that. I will just call Chulo. Don't call me, right? I know that you're boy too. Yeah, boy, a Shania on my mind. I wonder if it's a Shania and TIC. You know, all the so all the fellas in chat. All the fellas in chat. You see TIC? TIC is where you need to be, fellas. Fellas, forget about the businesses. Forget about the opportunities. Forget about the work. Forget about the money. But you see the woman in TIC? You see the woman in TIC? Fellas, that is where you need to be. That is where you need to be. Yeah, like your lecture, big up, boop, 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 boop. Good night, lecture. What's up? What's up? What's up? How you doing? How you feeling? I will call you on shoulder to meet me somewhere and I won't show up. Nice. I remembered my password. Man, Natty, big up Natty. Natty, I feel like a dog. You should have been there for TIC, but I got some good photos there, boy. Yo, I got some real good photos there. I genuinely, one thing I started to like about these events is how media friendly the events starting to become. Like me and she's walking around and a man just walked past us and I was like, hey, we having this, we doing this all across here. Come and bring a camera and record me. Like there was a time where men used to be like, what are you recording me for, man? We put on a camera, who's all there? Or if you know some content creators. You understand? Yeah, I think I saw them. Natty, I think I saw them. See, I see how the Uchi. Oh, brother. Ah, brother. I don't know about that, but see, I see had some sweet woman, but like I just God, boy. I wish I could have just put on my camera and say, you know what, Shazid? I don't like you anymore. Right? Put on my camera and just quit right there. And just go and find my wife. I think that's what that was supposed to happen. I think I should have just realized that this was my only opportunity. Now I had to wait till next year to find my wife. I had to wait till next year to find my wife. How? You know? By only chatting on people's daughter. Shazid, don't let me expose you. Anyway, you see me, I go hush my mouth. I go hush my mouth because you see that man right there? Shazid, you're not supposed to be being. You see that man Shazid right there? All the time I think he talking to clients and think he talking to, you know, a little business partner or something in the corner there is. Hmm. Hmm. Anyways, we go leave it so we go we go leave it so because clearly men went TIC for different things. I thought it was a networking event. Clearly people really wanted to network for that event. The potential wise, yeah, but clearly he don't know how much numbers he wants. Because as he spin around one place, anyways, I go watch him out. You know? I go watch him out. How Natty, how come he wasn't there, but he should have been there. But you like try cool, just really yapping, doing my first stream for the month. I went TIC Saturday, so I just talking a bit about a little bit about my weekend. Um, so this weekend was real. This weekend was a lot, dog. Like honestly, I felt drained this weekend. Like I felt like like today, I only start to process like the weekend, like how much things what like I had to do and up and down and it don't be easy, boy, Oliver. It don't be easy, boy, Oliver. But you had to try your best. I yawn it. I pushing 30, Oliver. I pushing. I got me 27 this year. Oliver, what we should do for birthday stream this year? Open to ideas. What I want to see for birthday stream? All again, well. I should send you money. Nice. But the giveaway. Nope. The giveaway I just give to all it's me going live. That's the giveaway. Drunk you and I know Matty, I don't drink. And even if I was drinking, I wouldn't drink on stream. Unless it's a birthday. Only if it's a birthday. Pick him out, that happening, you know. When do you anticipate blocking me? Check your IG now. Check your IG right now, man. See what it's stating there. I should be asking you what I get on Friday. What's Friday? Friday is a birthday or something. Friday, I should be asking you what I get in Friday. I should be asking you what I get in Friday. What? What? Where again Friday? What? Should be asking what I get in. What I get in. Wait. Should be asking what I get in. Or in September. Hey, so I'm not blocked. Not yet. I schedule it now. You'll see shortly. Somebody no private message me. Birthday stream invite Speed or Kai. Right. Right, yeah. I'll definitely think about inviting Speed or Kai. They'll surely come to my birthday. Surely. Soraya, you see how many friends I try to keep up with. I cannot remember. Let me tell all of the birthdays I remember off the top of my head, right? Io and Shawnee because they're on the same day. Shaughnessy and Io is the same day. As one. One of the birthdays I remember off the top of my head. Okay, who else? Yeah, that's probably it. That's probably it. Oh well, my little brother birthday. I remember his birthday on top of my head. You know. All I know with Trent is November. Nice. From there, The only time we see which I just have to open my calendar to remember Trent birthday. I just know when November coming, it's Trent birthday. That's all I know. That's all I know. It will figure itself out in November. Right? That's all I know. All I know is when, so anytime people ask me, like for a job or anything, I'd check to see who birthday is when, check my calendar, and then I would know. I see all the time. But I'll never remember his birthday on the top of my head. Because I don't really have much people in November. I think Angel birthday is in the start of November. I think she birthday is in the start of November. Natty, Jayon's supposed to call me, he can't do that yet. To be fair, Natty, you are not the only person I'm supposed to call. You are not the only person I'm supposed to call, bro. Let's spare, man. Spare. So like, one of the worst times Ole could call me is when I'm working, right? Anybody know me? If you're trying to call me while I'm working, I'm going to call you when I finish work. So Saru was trying to call me Saturday. Luckily, when I see the call, I return it. I had to go and look for him in the event. He have too much women to call. I wish I had a woman to call right now. Let me say that, huh? Shazid. Shazid, boy. I wish I had a wife to call. Right? One of the worst things you could call he is when he talking to a woman. Mel, you don't even call me. I hate when things creep up on me. Well, okay, so one thing I started to learn is I start to prep for people birthday a little bit beforehand. Anything I start to do, I start to prep. Oh, you're talking about the event. Oh, you're talking about what I was talking about, right? Yeah, get that used to me. I'm a very last minute person. Anybody know me? Like ask Trent. I will message Trent tonight. I say, dog, tomorrow, you see Wednesday. What we gonna do? Venezuela. And I had a call about 15 other people. And then all 15 other people, well, let me know what you seeing. And I saw where this go. Like, that is just literally how a line does go. Like, sometimes I'll be lying down in my bed, and someone will call me. And someone will be like, oh, the game is an hour away. Tonga, we go Tonga, how much you game on? So I'll be like, hey, well, I'm busy. Hang up. Yeah, that's how it used to go. Oh, yeah, me pancake for the first time. Make a pancake. He just call you because he know you in a bed alone. And I call. Well, I not answering your call. So this is a fun fact, right? Anybody who was around my circle from the period of like 2019 to 2021, this is what I used to do my friends all the time. I would call my friends, I'll be like, oh, like hi. It's like, what are you doing today? Nothing. So, oh, you Lyman outside. Did hang up. That's it. Don't even listen. That's where listen. That is where it's at to do. Now we can't do that anymore. Everybody now who are woman, who have a woman, who have a child, who have a woman with 2 children, who are the outside woman, You know, it's different things as be going on in everybody's lives. So, you know, things just be a bit difficult. I can't do that anymore. So when I call, I gotta make sure they actually home, you know. Girl like Shawnee, big up, boop, 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 boop. Well, Shawnee don't like me no more, you know. I just want to know Shawnee don't like me anymore. I miss the days when Shawnee appreciated me. There was days me and Shawnee used to line like every 2 weeks. There was days me and Shawnee used to sit down in Discord almost every night. But now, Shawnee has thrown me away. But that's fine. You know, life it is what it is. And we accept it for what it is. I just know that when Shawnee does find her husband, that we'll never hear from Shaughnessy ever again. We'll never hear from Shaughnessy again. I'm certain that when she finds her husband, it's over for us. It's over. And that's okay, you know, that's okay. It's always girls do them thing. You know, but my brothers and them, they just never forget me. My brothers have about 4 children to mine, and they still does remember me. They just still think about me. You understand? Don't mind some of them just go quite on, baby. They just go quite on, baby. For the girl. I'm calling no names. It's go quite on, baby, for the girl. Right? But it still make time for me. No. But girl, from the time let me tell you, from the time a girl get a nice man, the man treating them nice. I said, damn, male friends out the door. Nah, I just show them, but it really have people like that, and it's a sad reality that I always tell all them. Let me tell you something. No matter how difficult life gets, all you need community. You need community. Because guess what? Let me tell you something. Let me give you a scenario here, right? Oh, that nice little scenario here. Let me see. TMGXXX66. Welcome to the stream. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, so let me go to a nice scenario here, right? I with my wife and my child, and I up Toko. Car breakdown, right? But I say one of my partners living close by, I say, oh, you know, I call you, I say you could drop, you know, might not have, you know, like I say, don't enough space in the car or something, or I to stay with the vehicle or something. You could drop my wife and my child home. Just I want to make sure them safe. I have friends who doing that. They will go drop them home. I sit down and I fight up with the car. And there's a scenario that could be very realistic. It could very much happen to you, where the thing, where you're asking, you can't ask a stranger to do. You can't ask a random person to do. There are going to be situations where you need community. You need that community. Now your community ain't always gonna be perfect. I always tell people, like, one thing when you're building a community, you'll realize pieces and parts of your community is not going to be perfect. People are going to have different baggage. People may not help you the way our other friend would. It's different friendships, it's different friend groups, it's different ways they could help you. And you have to understand that when you're forming a community, that is part of it. You understand? The things I might ask Trent to help me with, I might not ask someone else to help me with. And it's not because the other person not willing to help me. They may not be able to help me. Or I know Trent may be quicker to help me or something like that. But it doesn't mean this one is a better friend from now on. It just means sometimes friendships comes in different forms or different levels, and people support and help in different ways. And I always tell people, like, you will have some friends that every post you post, they share, they like, they comment. Yeah, some friends like that. But that same friend, you might not be able to call them for help. You understand? Does not mean they are very less of a friend. Just it's a different friendship level, it's a different thing going on there. While you might have a friend who real consistent in real life, you know, anytime you call them, they there to help you, they take the comment, but they don't help, they don't share nothing in your post, they don't like nothing in your post, they don't it have those things. So I tell people that your community, your people, your friends groups, your people, they're not always going to be the same level. So comparing friend A, comparing friend B, comparing friend C is going to be a hard thing as you grow older, as you form in your friend group, as you form in your community. Not everybody is going to help you in the same way, but it's understanding that I think once you have a friend, like you build friends who are willing to learn and grow with you, it's the most important thing. Having the ability to sit down and talk to your friend and say, listen, you know, we friends, this, that, this, and I want this to get better. I want our friend group to improve. And I think how we improve that is to do this, or do that, or do this, and do things differently. Not everybody will understand that, and not everybody will respect that. You're going to meet people in your lives that you think to yourself, because all is so good for so long, you would expect them to respect you and what direction you're heading. Anybody like ever feel like in your life, you might say, let's say for example, you say, by dog, by me and drinking, and it have some people who will say, hey, you mean you ain't drinking, boy? Is that I'm to you, you gotta break your heart up. You ain't drinking, boy, drink something. And what I would tell you is that, now I'm not saying the intentions genuinely mean bad, but you will have friends you might pull up in situations like that. You might say, listen, I really don't want to drink. And if they continue to encourage you, they don't respect you in that level, eventually the hard way or the other, God will take that out of your life. I don't want to get spiritual, but for me, I just have to apply something spiritually. For me, I know everybody may not believe in God, everybody might have a different belief. I will tell you what helps me. If you're not willing to take out certain people out of your life, God will take them out of your life. He will take them out of your life, and he will keep trying. You will say, nah, we too close. We good. We know each other for 5-10 years. We've been through this, that, this. We so good. We better than that. We go. It's small thing. And God will say, let me show you. Let me really show you what you have in your life here. This person you keeping in your life right here, let me show you them. Let me really show you them. And you go and say, look at this. And then you go and say, boy, God, boy, this really, you really want me to let go? You really want me to let go of this man? Like, nah, look, boop, 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 boop. You go and say, God, you really want me to let go of this boy? And I'm going to be like, nah, they could change if I just give them a little piece of me. If I give them a little piece of me, I won't have to give them 50%. I wouldn't have to give them 80% of me. I don't even have to give them 100% of me. I'll just give them 5 or 10% of me. All I need is to keep them right there. We normal. We might not be good friends, but we cool. God gonna say, nah, boy. Let that go. Take that out. Remove it. You had to do better. And no, I don't want to sit down here and talk a set of testimony and all kind of thing, but I tell all you, Lord, one thing I had to learn for me is really just to let go. Man like Kyle, make a boop, 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 boop. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. One thing I had to learn was to let go of the things that don't serve me. Now, in the process of letting go of things you serve, you could also lose yourself. Because sometimes when you're letting go of things, you tell yourself, I need to abandon myself entirely. The person who I was entirely, I need to completely abandon it. You can't do that. The reality of it is you can't wake up tomorrow and say, it's a whole new person. You will crash. Because you are still you. I just still listen to my young brother, and I love my young brother. That'll never change about me. You understand? But it's also understanding that in life, when you need to be in a certain, when you need to reach to the next level of yourself, you have to let go versions of yourself slowly. You can't always be the same person. You have to evolve. You have to be better. You have to learn, grow, make better decisions for yourself. Because if you keep trying to go back into that old life, you're gonna have a difficult time. I always had a hard time letting go of my old life, and I would always try to maintain old relationships, old friendships. I'd always try to message people and be like, dog, you know, seeing it good. These people didn't give a shit about me, you know. I'm telling you, they didn't care about me. But I would message them out the genuine thing on my heart and say, hey, how you doing? You know, you're good, you're thing, you know, thing, and they didn't care, no. I still doing it because to me, what we had, the things we built together, it was meaningful for me. But eventually I realized that you can't keep your past forever. You will miss your past in some points, but you can't keep it forever. No, sir, you can't keep it forever. As much as you want to, as much as you tell yourself this whole life, I wish I had parts of that whole life. I had real fun. I had a blast. Back in COVID, like not COVID particularly, but around that period, I was having fun. I was enjoying myself. I was liming, I was singing. You know, life was smoother. And then I look back and I tell myself, damn, do I really miss that life? So sometimes you have to ask yourself, where are you right now? Where do you want to be? And what is holding you back and keeping you back into that past life? Is it your friends? Is it people around you? Are the people around you growing and building and learning and improving? Yo, I get through. Nah, that's small time, bro. I get through. Yeah, bro. I'm streaming right now. I'll call you back. Yeah, bro, later. Sorry. Yeah. I said, hold on. Hold on. I pushing 30. Wait, I pushing 30. Hold on. I'll drink a little water. Let's go help, man. I'll drink a little water. Did I miss life or did I miss the sense of Well, the thing is, it's a good thing, Pancake. My community back then was not a community. I would say that. And the reason why I say that is because I'll be honest with you, I am a very hard worker when it comes to my community. And anybody who has experienced that, I'm almost certain could say that they know that. I am the friend that will make community happen. For me, my space, my people, I will make sure and make make an effort. I would make an effort for community. And back then, let me tell you that fun fact, right? I remember I had one of my very first lime, right? I had the very first lime I had. And I had about 50, 60 people come this time. 50, 60 people. I thought about anybody who was in my life and who I could invite. And let me tell you, not only did I make sure to invite all these people, spend the time to invite all these people, right? I probably pick up maybe about 15 to 20 people. Drop back 15 to 20 people. Back then, most of my people, we young, so not much people had access to vehicle. I didn't want people traveling. I dropped in about 15, 20 people. I didn't even get to enjoy my lime. I didn't eat till the lime done. I make sure get food. I spend almost, I think I roughly spent about $2,000 in food alone. In food alone, right? That's not inclusive of drinks, snacks, everything else. Now, I, yeah, like dog, that's how serious. What you think, son? That's how serious that having a community was to me. I didn't want nobody to worry about nothing. It was that serious to me. Now, obviously, as you get older, you realize life, you can't do that all the time. You understand? And now, I'm not saying saying that to say, well, hey, I expect, because it's not like people wasn't willing to help. It's just me personally. I wanted to make sure that everybody had access and availability to things. So the thing is, it wasn't the people, it was me. But as I grow older and my line start to shift in the sense of who I inviting, I would have people I invite, and it's always like, if I don't make the effort to get them, or if I don't make the effort, like let's say, if I don't do everything, they're not gonna show, basically. And that's hard for me all the time because I value community. I always tell people, like, things wouldn't be perfect, and I can't make time for every single person, but I just try to make time for everybody I could. And I try to think about everybody I can. I might miss one or two people here and there, but most of the times I tell myself, hey, so, and yeah. But one thing I start to realize is that back then, I don't think a lot of people cared for me in the way I cared for them. Be real honest. And I don't mean it as in back then, but I mean it as over the years I've realized the effort I made for some of these people went completely unnoticed. Right? So now I'm not saying that to not make an effort on people at all, yeah? Because when you make an effort on people, you never know what comes. You never know what comes. Now, if I make an effort to go online and see Shawnee would have been one of my close friends. That's a prime example. People don't know Shawnee, but listen, Shawnee, if it wasn't from Shawnee, my stream, Shawnee's a OG when it comes to making sure the stream runs. And she doesn't give herself much credit for it, but the thing she has done for my streams is almost like a full-time job. What would have been? What do you mean? What I say? I don't even know. No, like, I can't even remember what I say would have been. She has done so much on my stream, and it comes like, oh shit, would have been one of my, sorry, that's how I meant. You are one of my, wow. Sorry, you know what I mean? You can never put me on that. So you can never even start our rage bait, dog. I don't even take that one because you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I never even tried it. Anyways, Sony, I would like to say is like, yeah, I probably did say that. Sorry. But yeah. Yeah, but the point I'm trying to say is that, like, if I didn't take a chance with people like Shawnee, if I didn't take a chance with different people in my stream, if I didn't take a chance on strangers, people I don't know where I would have been. So I'm saying that to say, don't be afraid of being vulnerable. Don't be afraid of taking a chance with people. You understand? But at the same time, know when to cut off. Know your limits. Know when to say, hey, I no longer making the effort. Because at what point do you realize, tell yourself, How many times do you have to try and try and try to prove yourself to a specific friendship that you are their friend? How many times you gonna try to do that? J. Cole have a song called "It Cut Off." I want to go and sit down and listen to that song. I want to go and sit down to the cut off. You understand? Sometimes you just have to learn when to cut somebody off. And that's something I had a hard time learning as I grew older. People take a lot of advantage of me. And I try to be a very nice person. I'm not perfect. I will mess up. I have disappointed a lot of people, though. And I even gonna sit down in front and say I have been a perfect person. There's no way I could ever say that. I have made a lot of mistakes. Times I fall through and I try to help people and I fail to help them, or I promise them this and the promise didn't go through. I'm not gonna say that I have been an amazing person. I have made mistakes too. But one thing I could tell you, every single day, I try my very best to improve. I try my very best to be a better person. You understand? That person you're trying to be can go a long way, and you never know who lives you might be saving by just directly being someone like that. You never know what people are going through. I don't know what they're going through. I would always say the reason why I started streaming is because when I was having difficult times and I used to see people that I like streaming, they used to help me. And I want that for all it. I want to only click the stream, or they feel a sense of hope. When all they click the stream, all they could say, I feel better today. When all they click the stream, you could say, tomorrow might be better. That's what I want. I don't do this because I love money, but for me, if I could keep somebody going, if somebody could click my stream and say, I go in, I continue, and I choosing to be a better person today, or General helped me with what he said today, you made my night. You made my night. You know, and that will always be the goal I would have with content. I don't really just want to make content that popular. I want to make content that is meaningful, that resonates, that makes sense, that makes people smile, that helps them to keep going. And once you have that mindset, things become so much easier. Everything and every piece of hobby, especially you want to do, life starts to become easier. If you're a photographer who with the intention of, I want to capture beautiful moments. I want to capture the moments where it makes sense and the business owner or whoever I'm working for feels happy. That's what you want. You don't just want to do that because you're just trying to make a money, or else you will get frustrated and you will get flustered. You will tell yourself and you will get exhausted. Same thing with streaming. If you sit down, right now, I don't know how much people watching the stream, but as far as I know, I see Shawnee, I see Nalo, just type. For all I know, they could be the two viewers, right? There could be two viewers right now, right? And if either one of them could take my message and it helps them, I happy. You can't sit down and tell yourself, hey boy, wait, I didn't even get 5 viewers today, boy. Hey boy, what I go do, boy? How I go continue this? Does it make no sense? Best I stop stream. Because it didn't make no sense. I'm reaching nowhere. But the 3 people who watching you, hoping that you don't quit your stream. I'll always remember I had a guy I used to watch stream and he used to do music. I was his only viewer every day. And I used to sit down and listen to his music to fall asleep though. Every day I used to sit down, I used to subscribe. I said, like, don't keep going, please don't give up. I used to tell him, listen, I'll help you build your Twitch, just don't give up. Don't give up, please. And he gave up. I can't blame him because to him he not growing. It's like, like he tell himself, well, where I reaching, and I can't find him nowhere. His social media's not active, nothing, and I always feel so sad about it because it's like you never know what a stream could do for somebody. You really never know, you know. And I think as streamers, we forget that, we really forget how much power this community thing does have on people. How much times people might come on our stream and laugh or smile or say, hey, I get a break from today, boy. I walk all day, I get to click the stream and I get to talk to some people. You understand? Spanish better than a steam. What? What? No, what you mean, bro? What? Anyways, um, yeah, like I always say, that was real random, I know. But yeah, I always say, come on. I would always say, you never know what a stream could do for people. You never know what community could do for people. You never know who lives you're saving by making an effort. You never know the things you're doing, the little things, the message you could probably send tomorrow morning to one of your random friends. Say, hey, long time we talk. I know you're busy, but I hope you're doing well, bro. I hope life doing okay. I just sending some love, and I hope your day good. And you never know what that could do. You never know what that one little message could your legend could be breaking down. I want to tell you a story, right? I'll give you a little personal, little vulnerability, right? I remember that time I sit on home, man. I'm a bed, going through a little difficulty, but I sit down and I cry, eh? And I tell her, I cry. Hard day, boy. It's years ago. Cry. And I lie down there and I open my phone and I go on touch. And I see Christian streaming and I go on stream. And I sit down there and we chatting. Sean in his stream. I think Nalo was there at the time. A few people. Back then we clocking about Christoph clocking about 18 viewers or something. And we just chatting. He playing card now. And we ain't even taking you on. We just chatting. And that little thing just made me feel better. I think that little stream there just kept me going for the week. And all they would never know that, Chris would never know that, people would never know that, but I was real going through that night. And that little stream, if I could tell myself, if he didn't stream that night, I don't know what could have happened. I don't know. I don't know how I would have been feeling the rest of the night. But I would always tell all there, like, streamers especially, you have the ability to impact so many lives. Real talk, Noah. Noah, welcome to the stream, by the way. I know you're probably new here, but welcome to the stream. Those were the best times. And I hope Chris don't forget for sure though. Like those times, that little small community that we used to have there, it felt so amazing though. It felt so amazing. I didn't know Shorty from nowhere. And we used to be like if we knew each other for years. I swear, I know, Shorty. I'll never forget meeting like Cameron messaging me. I used to think Cameron was a big hardback man. I used to think Sanjay was a big hardback man. I used to think everybody, all of we youths, all of we young, we know, Shorty, that little child, Shorty about 70, Shorty a little baby. Shorty was a little baby at the time. And it's so crazy to think we came from there to here. And looking back, the things, everything at life, the changes. I tell all the interesting story, and there's a next thing about how amazing streaming could be. The other day I went to church, and when I went to church, when I went to church, maybe this is a few months back, right? I went to church and I was having a difficult day, right? I didn't sleep. And I say, God, listen, I'm tired, chief. So I don't think I can make church today, my chief. I say, Lord, I don't think I can make it. I don't think I can make it, boy. I don't think I can make it. And I tell myself, John, go, boy. And I went. Now, at this time, I had no friends to go with. None of my friends, everybody was busy. I had nobody to say I could invite to go to church. So I went by myself. And I have a social anxiety when I go things like new spaces, because this is a relatively new church to me at that time. And I have a bad social anxiety when it comes to new places, right? And I went to church, I'm feeling anxious. I'm feeling anxiety. And I sit down and I tell myself I'm even gonna sit down in the chair, sit down in the back by myself when nobody's saying no, and I go and worship in my little corner. Two fellas come on, and it was like right in the back of me, sitting down next to me now, and I say, I turn the young now, I say, okay, cool, the thing. Now, normally, I remember the specific, it was like, hey, so take the time and I want you share to all your neighbor about your week or something like that. So I had to talk to the two fellas, I tell them, hey, fellas, I'll be real to all you. It was a hard week. Hard night, I didn't sleep and thing, and them fellas talking to me, one of them telling me, hey, I had a real hard week too, boy, thing. And we all talking together and thing. One of the fellas stopped me. He said, hold on. Say, you just play game my chats? I say, yeah. Say, you just stream? I say, yeah, the stream. I say, dog, the man pull up, show me my tweets. I say, dog, what? Yeah, the man following my tweets like a year now, bro. And I sit down and I tell myself, what the hell? And we sit down there and we talk and just like that, all my anxiety gone. All my anxiety that I had gone. And I sit down, we follow each other on IG, and I tell myself, what if I didn't go to church that day? What if I stayed home with all that pile up in my head and I just didn't make it to go that day? As I always say, things just happen in some real interesting ways. So that's why I still only keep showing up. Yes, happen. Once you could make the time, keep showing up. The last time you get invited to a church, you catch a fire by no, how you find the stream, bro? Welcome to the stream. How you find the stream? But yeah, like, be very intentional with the things you're doing. Always remember that everything you have when you're doing is here's a good, let me tell you something, right? You know what helped me stayed in jobs that I didn't want to stay in? I say jobs because everybody who know me know I've been in a good bit of jobs, right? You know what helped me stay though? What helped me wake up in the morning and commute to Port of Spain for 2-3 hours and then commute back to home 2-3 hours? You know what helped me? I always remember to myself, I have the opportunity to make a customer or a co-worker's life better today. They may not want it, but I have the opportunity to. I have the opportunity with the work I put in today to make someone's life easier. Now, tread lightly, because somebody might just take advantage of that, right? Always remember that your intention can keep you going. So instead of thinking, damn, well, I really had to go to work tomorrow and deal with them stupid ass people again, my position yourself to understand that because you might show up tomorrow somebody life might be a little bit easier. Somebody life might change. Your life might change. So I want you to always remember that, especially when things get hard on your workplace, because I know how it could be. You remember why it started. You remember why you have to keep going. You understand? It could be very exhausting, especially to the ones who might be feeling that sense of repetition. Every day is the same thing, the same old people, the same life, the same experience. Always remember that you have the opportunity to change someone. You have the opportunity. So, and always remember why you start. Remember when you didn't have the work? And they're begging and say, oh God, somebody call back. I just want an interview. Please give me an interview. Please, 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 just give me an interview. And they go in the interview and I say, hey, thank God that interview was so good. Just give me a call back. Lord, give me the job. And then you see the email, you have been accepted. You say, oh God, I can make some money again. You could make some money again. You say, thank God, you could make some money again. I could buy things for myself. I could pay a little bill. You remember that? Because if you don't remember that, just believe you're going to send in your resignation tomorrow morning. Don't be like me. So I'll always tell people, like, you know, having people who want better for themselves around you is better than having waste of time people. That's very true, no? You know. So yeah, I think in life, Olia, in everything, you had to be intentional. Always remember the purpose and what you're serving, why you're doing certain things, why you're getting involved in things. You know, it's very important to remember why. Keep asking why. Because if you don't sit down and ask why, you will lose yourself. You will lose the purpose and why you started. And I always feel that way with streaming sometimes. Streaming has been a hard thing for me because I tell myself, nothing planned. How could I stream? I'm not gonna be nobody gonna wanna watch my stream if I have nothing planned. But then again, maybe me just going live today could help one person. See that mindset shift that mindset. Maybe that person go live today, that start streaming could be the difference in someone's life. You always have that opportunity. Always have that opportunity, Oliver. And don't ever forget that. You know? Alright. I feel like I have enough. A little calm, little hour stream, a little calm, little hour stream. We got some new followers. Some of the new followers didn't really say anything. TMG XX66 did not say anything. But if you are here, if you are tuning in, thank you so much for following. I hope you are having an amazing day. And I hope you have an amazing remainder of your week. Same with Kyle. Kyle, thank you so much for following. I hope you are doing well, and thank you so much for being here. I don't know if you're still here. And everybody in the stream, Noah, big up yourself. Noah, I know you're new here. I didn't see you follow. If you want to continue being a part of the stream and showing some love, feel free to give me a follow. And big up everybody who chats today. As always, I do yap a lot, but the yap would not have been able to continue if it wasn't for you all participating, for you all, you know, sharing all your thoughts. And I really appreciate everything you guys do for me and the love and support you all show on stream and off stream. I hope you could continue. He fallen a while now. Damn. Then from where? Oh, is this man? Esports World Cup. This man been following. This man been following since 2024 and he has had a sub before. Hold on, who is this? Oh, it's his chat partner. I know who he is. His chat partner. His chat partner. His chat partner, yeah. I just can't remember the name. Yeah. I don't know if your name change or your other name. Shadi shit bag. Hey, big up on yourself. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I hope you guys have an amazing week. Again, as always, I don't know when will be the next stream, but we will continue to be spontaneous as always. Feel free to follow me on any of my social media platforms, especially on Instagram. I am very much more active on Instagram. My DMs are always open if you ever need someone to talk to. Thank you guys so much for being a part of my community, for showing love. And I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing week. And always remember, you have the opportunity to make someone's life better. So do that. Hold on. Wait. Before we end, I want a little favor from all it. I don't always read, but yesterday was Garib's birthday. Yesterday was also Sage's birthday, but Sage not streaming today. Garib is streaming today. Let me show Garib some love. I want all to say happy birthday, Garib. Right? Copy that for me. I don't know how much people here. I just assume it have some form of people. I see Johnny, I see Nalo, I see Pancakes. Sorry. If I just fall, please just copy the message. Happy birthday, Garib. We're gonna rate Garib, show him some love. Please, it will mean the world. I always like to show people love for their birthday. Garib has been putting in the work. Let's show him some love. And go on, raid Garib. Again, have an amazing week, guys. Thank you so much for showing love. And send some happy birthday greetings. Yeah? Big up on yourself. Boop, 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 boop. Much love.